Hello, everyone, and welcome to Soul Whisperings vlog. I'm Monica Morrissey, owner of Intuitive Wellness, and today we have a guest, and I'm so excited to talk to her. I've actually met her in a couple of coffee conversations and chats, and it's been super fun to get to know her over the months and hear everything about her. So this is Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Monica. I'm super excited to chat today.
All right. So, Jennifer is a certified life and business mindset coach for coaches as well as licensed therapists. She helps coaches ditch the doubt in their businesses and life so they can show up with confidence and authenticity that attracts paying clients over and over again. She does this using her signature clarity to cash system. Her clients call her their business therapists, and she helps them get out of their head so they can actually solve the problems in their businesses. Welcome, Jennifer. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your journey towards this, clarity to cash that you're on?
Yeah, absolutely. I have known since I was literally in high school that I wanted to help people. I took my first psychology class and I was like, I want to be a therapist. I want to help people. And so I honestly have never really wavered from that, which is so strange because so many people, kind of go on these different paths in terms of what they're going to do with their lives. And I've always kind of stayed pretty true to just the idea of I want to help people. I want to make a difference in people's lives. And so I did, yeah. So I was a therapist for many, many years. And then I let my license lapse and raised my three teenage girls. And then at the point where they were pretty self sufficient, I thought I need to figure out what I want to do when I grow up again. And so, and I discovered life coaching. And life coaching it was like therapy, but it was such a more, in my mind, it was such a more positive perspective because as a therapist, I really dug into people's pasts and their traumas and helped them to heal. And then that's when the work stopped. Once they were healed, then I would wish them the best and they would go on their merry way. And I thought, gosh, I want to know what happens next for them. I want to know, like, now that they're doing really well in life and they're feeling great, what else is possible? And so that's what I feel like life coaching does. It takes people from where they are now to where they really want to be. It's like where they're achieving all of their dreams and their desires and becoming the people that they really truly want to be. So I discovered life coaching. I got certified as a life coach, and then I started practicing. And then the funniest thing happened is my clients started calling me their business therapist. Um, because I didn't start out helping people with business. I started out with, helping moms, and then I was a coach, and then I was a moms of daughters coach, and all these different things. And then when all these amazing, amazing women started their businesses, they they really had a hard time. So a lot of people, as everyone knows, during the pandemic went online. And so a lot of people went into coaching or online service, and they had a hard time. They struggled. And what I discovered, because I went through the same journey myself as a coach, was that the biggest things that were holding people back from being really successful in their business, that was the internal stuff. It was the mindset blocks. It was you guys know, you've heard it all, the imposter syndrome, the perfectionism, comparisonitis, right? All of these like things that feel like diseases, but they're not really diseases. They're just our mind throwing up blocks, trying to keep us safe. And so when my clients started calling me their business therapist, I was like, this really is something, because people think of a therapist as someone who, kind of deals with the internal stuff, right? And so what I do is I really help people overcome those limiting beliefs. I help them overcome the blocks, the brain, I call them brain blocks, or, whatever it is. People call it self sabotage. people know when they're getting in their own way. And so that's what I help them with because, you know, when I started my business, I bought all these courses and hired all these business coaches, and they gave me these cookie cutter strategies, but it didn't work. And I wasn't seeing any growth in my business. I wasn't being successful. And then I started to actually feel worse about myself. I started to feel like there must be something wrong with me because everyone, I'm doing the comparison thing and I'm looking around me and all these coaches are having so much success. And I thought, what is it that they have that that I don't have, right? And I actually had the degrees. I had a certification as a life coach, and then I got my license as a therapist back, and I had all of this. But what I discovered is I didn't have the mindset of a business owner. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't know how to show up in an authentic and confident, authoritative way so that my prospective clients would feel safe with me and trust me because I had doubts. And when your clients have doubts, you can't have doubts because they're looking to you to be the one that's going to help them, help them grow, help them have that success. And so, yeah, so I just kind of fell into it and I was like, this is really the difference. This is the difference. The people who have the confidence and the positive mindset, those are the ones who see success. And so those are the people now that I help because I was able to get over my own internal blocks. And so now, I help people find a strategy that feels amazing for them, no cookie cutter, anymore. And then I help them overcome all the mindset blocks that come up along the way. So, whatever limiting beliefs they're having that are getting in the way, we remove those so that they can take action and really just grow their business and be super successful.
So I love this story. First of all, there's so much to dig into here. But the first thing that I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like if you were to say, okay, so my journey took me here, then it took me here, then I, raised my kids and then I saw my life opening and shifting and you started to take steps towards something, right? And that was initially your life coach. And so I feel like you kind of opened that door to the universe and said, I'd like to help people. How do I do this? And that was your first kind of step, but you couldn't see this coming, if that makes sense. Like,
Mm,
it naturally unfolded because you opened that door to the universe and said, "Hey, I'd like to help people." And this, you made that first initial step. And then the universe kind of opened that door even wider, right? And said, "Oh, you can, here are your skills that you've
mm.
had, right, as a part of you all your life." And then, it just magically unfolded. Like, you're just like, it just kind of fell in my lap. But, like, could that be the universe kind of saying, "Oh, Jennifer, we see you taking steps. We see you doing these things, and now, we're gonna open this door even bigger." Does that, like, resonate with you?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. I think the door was opened again for me at a very young age as far as like knowing that I wanted to help people, but I think that I didn't yeah, I think things shifted in terms of how that looked, and I really did take and I think so many, like, really powerful coaches kind of take their own story and they turn that into a way that they're gonna help people, and so I think that's how, like, it all kind of fell in, the pieces kind of fell together because I was struggling. I was having a hard time, with this business because I knew I was a good coach. I knew I was a good therapist, but I didn't know how to market myself. I didn't
Mm,
know how to sell, right? And I thought those were things that other people knew how to do. And then when I realized, like, this isn't that difficult, right? Like selling and marketing is not that hard. It's and it really came to me that I already knew everything that I needed to know to be able to do those things really effectively. I just had to get over the mindset stuff to be
mm.
able to do that.
So you mentioned a couple of, mindset issues that I definitely run into, or I've ran into myself. And then I also see, I teach Reiki.
Yes.
And so, like Reiki too, you have to go start, working on other people, right?
Yeah.
And the imposter syndrome, like,
Mhm.
gets my students every time. They're like,
Yeah.
"Ah, I don't know. Do I have it in me, to
Yeah.
do this? And
Yeah.
am I just making all this stuff up?" And, all their brain, right? Their
Yeah.
brain is just taking right over.
Yeah.
And so, like, just kinda walk us through, like, a little bit, like, of imposter syndrome or people pleaser. Like, how does that show up when we work?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just said it, like, imposter syndrome is just, basically it's just feeling like a fraud. You feel like, you've found yourself in this, in this role, whatever that is, if it's a Reiki instructor, if it's a life coach, whatever it is, you find yourself in this role, and then you sort of feel like, why am I here? Like, I feel like a fraud. I don't really know if I know what I'm doing. I don't know if people really want what I'm offering. And I don't know if I'm going to actually be able to help them. And then you start to worry that people are looking at you and judging you and thinking, what does she know about that? You know what I mean? So it really, and here's the trick. The trick is that all of those thoughts are simply thoughts.
Mm,
And they're really just, if you can think of a thought as a sentence running through your mind, right? And if it runs through your mind long enough, it becomes a belief. And that's what you believe. And so you tell yourself these thoughts, you believe these, your brain's going to hand you thoughts, 60,000 a day. You can believe that. Your brain's going to
mhm,
give you these thoughts. And most of them are repetitive and most of them are negative. So they're coming through and you're believing them. And so you're believing, I'm an imposter. And so when you believe that way, and again, it's just a thought, it's just a sentence. When you believe you're an imposter and you go to have a conversation with somebody about, how you can help them, but you think you're an imposter, there's no way they're going to allow themselves to sign up with you there because they don't feel safe because you have doubts and you have these limiting beliefs. Now, if you can shift your mindset, right? If you can say to yourself instead, and sometimes it takes some work and some practice, but if you can say to yourself instead, yes, I actually really do know what I'm doing, right?
mm,
And sometimes you gotta take steps before you can get there because you have to believe it. You can't just give yourself a new thought and, expect your brain to believe it, if it's never believed it before. So sometimes you gotta take some steps, but once you start to get closer to believing that thought, this is a good one for talking about the universe. The universe will give you evidence that that thought is true.
mm,
So you will start to find yourself when you believe that thought, when you say, actually, I'm pretty good at this, you'll start to see evidence that you are pretty good at it because what you focus on grows stronger. Now, if you focus on, I'm an imposter, you're going to find evidence that you're an imposter. But if you believe that you're really good at what you do and you really believe you can help people, then you're going to find evidence of that and you're going to start doing it. And that is the energy, that is the confidence that is going to magnetize your dream clients to you because they know that you are trustworthy. They know that you're safe with they know they are safe with you because you don't doubt. You don't have doubts, you have confidence. And that's not going to say you never have a doubt or you never,
mhm,
have wavering confidence. Of course you do. You're human. We all have that, right? But you just don't stay there. You
mm.
don't stay in this place of doubt. You're able to get yourself out of it because you're able to shift your beliefs and you're able to shift your mindset.
I love that. Because, like, what we don't understand is, like, if you put something out there, say you put out an opportunity in your business or whatever, but inside, if you're feeling the energetics of that doubt and that, like, imposter syndrome, they're
Mhm.
gonna pick up on that.
Yep,
The whole world,
absolutely.
right? And what you're saying is, you know, that magnetic attraction, right? And so we're trying to attract the people who are interested in what we're doing.
Yeah.
One time I was working with a young woman, and she was from out west, and she just did a 15-minute free consult with me. And you could tell, like, she was really passionate, and I can't even remember actually now what her business was. I'm sorry. And but I said, but she was all about that, well, what if so and so says this, or what if they don't like it, or what if they, and I was like, well, what if they do?
Mm, yeah.
What if this is your gift and that you are not giving it to the world?
Yep.
And just that one person, when I wrote my first book, I'm like, even if it helps one person, is
Yeah.
worth it. And I don't know how
Yeah.
many ones I've gotten. And so this girl, it almost like gave her permission to
Yeah.
go out and be herself. And
Yeah.
she was like, just that shift in,
Yep.
like, seeing it as a gift to the world. And
Mhm.
no, not everybody's going to wanna come, right? Not everybody's ready, not everybody wants whatever it is that we're, trying to help.
Yeah.
But what about the people that do want it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't they deserve you?
Exactly.
Doing
Yeah.
whatever it is? Like, I just,
Exactly.
I had to look beyond the one-star review. What about the five-star reviews? Because
Yes.
I know our
Yes.
brains hold on to the negative like Velcro, right? And
Yes.
then positive slip out like Teflon, and so we have
Yeah.
to reverse that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all of us, and so what happens sometimes is people are like, "Well, why am I thinking so negative?" Like you said, it's like those negative thoughts are just so automatic, but we're all like that.
Mhm,
That's how we've survived for so many years, right? Our brains have one job. Well, they have more than one job, but one of their biggest jobs is to keep us safe,
mhm,
right? And so
mhm,
we're not naturally wired to think positively. It's not, some of us are more positive than others, but we can all shift our thoughts. Like no matter what you've gone through in your life, no matter what you've said to yourself before, no matter what things have been like up until now, we absolutely have control of our thoughts. It's so simple, but it's not easy, right? So shifting thoughts is something that it's a muscle you have to build. But when you do it over time and you practice it, your whole life changes because
mhm,
now your brain is going to rewire itself. And you are going to, like I was saying before, you're going to notice more of the positive stuff. You're going to see more opportunity. And that is a result of shifting your thoughts. And that's really all it takes. Because when you shift your thoughts, your feelings change. And when your feelings change, you take new action. And when you take new action, you get new results. So
mhm.
yeah, it's very empowering, really.
Yeah, it's super fun. So what I say to some of my clients, and especially Reiki people who are wanting to do this, I don't like the saying "fake it until you make it," because nobody wants to be fake, right?
Right.
We
Right.
all want to be authentic and real. And so what I've been saying is, let's just practice.
Yeah.
Just like I'm practicing soccer. I'm not going to be, a major league player or whatever,
Yeah.
but can I just go practice shooting on the goal? Like, I'm just gonna keep practicing and knowing that, I'll feel better as I keep doing that. And that's what I
Absolutely.
feel kinda resonates with this conversation.
Yeah.
Um, so tell us a little bit about how you work with people. I met you, you have a free coffee chat, which I've
Yes.
I've so enjoyed the people that I meet there, and yeah, so tell us about the ways people can work with you.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely those free ways, right? I have a free coffee chat, which is, it's not just networking, it is networking. You meet people there, but you also get support. We make sure every single person in that room gets the support that they would like to have. I also offer, basically free Q&A on that coffee chat at the end. If anyone has any questions about business, mindset, anything like that, I offer that up for free. And then I also have a free podcast that's called Clarity to Cash. I have a free Facebook group. And I do free trainings in there. I try to do them once a week. I'm starting that up again. I was doing that for a while. And then to work with me, right now I just have a one-on-one program. I used to do group, and right now I want to give people the really, really high touch help that they need, because I think so many people are frustrated by getting, just a little bit of help from programs. And so it's a 3-month program, and it's basically 12 one-on-one sessions over Zoom, so that we can get you super clear in your business, get you overcoming the limiting beliefs so that you can really start attracting those dream clients to you over and over again. And then just so you never feel like you are not supported, you always have me in your back pocket. So I offer unlimited support in between those sessions as well. So if you're, having a conversation with someone or about to go into a discovery call, and you're needing a little, mindset boost, I'm always there for my clients. And it's a very, very high touch program, so that they just feel completely supported and guided in their business. Because honestly, I've created what I wish existed when I
Mhm.
first started my business. Because
Yeah.
I, definitely got a little bit here and there, but I'm trying to give my clients like everything they need in one place. So,
Awesome. And did you tell us the name of your Facebook group? Is it Clarity to Cash or
um, the name of my Facebook group, what is it called? Let me see.
I'll have a link. I'll
It's called Clarity and Cash for Female Coaches and Entrepreneurs. I also can be found on Instagram at J Jakobsen Life Coach, and it's Jakobsen with a K.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Make sure we spell that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, um, one of the questions that I love to end with is what in life do you absolutely love?
Oh, wow. Well, I love a lot of things. Um, of course, I love my family first and foremost. And I love spending time with them, and I love traveling with them. And I love coaching, honestly. Like, this is my passion. I mean, I definitely enjoy getting paid for coaching because it makes the other things that I love in my life possible. Definitely travel and, spending time with my children, going on adventures and trying new things, for sure. But I would do coaching for free if I had to. I love it so much. Like I said, helping people has always been a passion of mine. And I think life coaching, and especially helping women in their businesses, is just, I can't even put it into words. Like, I just feel like it's such a bigger mission for me. And I really feel like the more successful coaches there are out there, there's a lot of coaches out there. I want the coaches that are out there that are making a difference in the world, I want to help them be super successful, because in my opinion, that's going to make this world a much better place.
Yeah, so I love that, by the way, and then, there was this layer that when you were talking, and this is what I always try so I spent 32 years in public education.
Okay.
And so I'm always, people are trying to figure out what they want to do with their life and
Yeah,
things. And so what you're saying when you talk about your coaching and how it lights you up is that you're working, but it doesn't feel like work.
no, doesn't feel like work.
And that's why, like, the whole money mindset, like that
Yeah,
could be a whole nother conversation, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
I could see, like, somebody like, I have a lot of people in my Reiki practice that, like, don't wanna accept money for their services, and I'm like,
Mm,
"Well, okay, let's, let's think about that money mindset, right? It's
yeah.
great to give, but you also have to be able to receive too, and so what
Yes,
you're giving is this, really deep knowledge, from all of your experiences, right? Have brought
absolutely.
you to this point, so they're paying for all of that. They're not just paying for that 1 hour, they're paying for all the invisible things, the books you've read, the knowledge that you have, the training that you've had, the coaches that you've worked with, and then they're what we have to think about too, and that in that
Yeah.
journey, right?
Yeah, and if I could add one little thing to that, which I think is so incredibly important that I don't think people really see until they think about it a little bit more deeply, or maybe they experience investing in themselves, is that when like, so if you're, if you're a service provider and you're trying to get clients, the truth is that people value what they pay for. And so if you want to just give, I mean, it's very different, I think, Reiki versus coaching, but giving somebody something for free, they're not as invested in it.
Mhm.
And honestly, like, I've had the experience, and I've talked to many other coaches who have had the experience where they actually invest in a coach, and then before they've even had a session, they go and sign like a high ticket client. And it's because when the energy, right? We talk all about energy, Monica. The energy, like knowing that you're gonna be supported and you're
Mhm.
investing in yourself and you're investing in your business, that new energy when you make that payment, it's really it's such a shift. And so if you're giving free coaching away, it's not going to make even if you don't want to do it for yourself, charge for your client, because your client will be much more invested in the
Mhm.
work if they've invested in
Yeah.
it. You know what
They
I'm
don't
saying?
Yeah, they don't have any skin in the game. Yeah,
Yes.
I totally get that. And
Yeah.
what I tell my students is, okay, practice sessions are fine, but then you have to move this because it's your time, it's your
Yeah,
energy and all these things. You can't just give things away for free all the time, right?
absolutely.
That has to be a balance. So
Yeah.
in Reiki and in my energetic world, your left side is your receiving side and your right side is your giving side. And I see so many people unbalanced in their energy systems. And it's great to give, but you also have to receive and you also have to give, um, you know, not too much,
Yeah,
back into balance.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And charging for your services, maybe you do, you kind of got that heart where you want to give someone a free
Mhm.
experience every once in a while. Well, you can do that if you're making money in your business, because your business is now sustainable and you can actually, gift sessions to people if you want to. But um, if you don't make money, you don't have a business, unfortunately.
Yep, I'm sure we could talk a lot about that. Well, it was great to see you today. Great. Thank you for sharing your insights and yeah, it was just wonderful to chat.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love chatting with you too as well, Monica.
Okay, and so we will put all your links so that people can find you. And if Jennifer feels like you're your person, you go ahead, especially if you're an entrepreneur just starting out. There's so much to learn through this
Mm,
journey. I've been at kind of transitioning for the past 5 years, and
yeah,
I can look back and see so many different lessons and so many, people that helped me get over some of those mindsets. So
mm,
it's so important to have that support.
I
So
agree.
thank you again.
You're welcome.